Well, tonight, those who loved and knew Philip Seymour Hoffman best gathered to pay their final respects to the Oscar winner at a wake. It was here in New York City, the first of the farewells for Hoffman. You can see his longtime partner, Mimi O'Donnell, there getting out of the car. Of course, they had 3 young children together, and his funeral will be a private affair held tomorrow afternoon. 5 days after he was found dead of an apparent overdose with a needle still in his arm, bags of heroin in his apartment, there are still many questions. And as police try to track down the person who sold that heroin to Hoffman, we're learning that 2 of the people officers took into custody Tuesday are now out of jail. Juliana Lushku and her live-in boyfriend Max Rosenblum were both arrested Tuesday, both released this afternoon after pleading not guilty to a misdemeanor charge. That's all it is, for possessing heroin. Suspected dealer Robert Weinberg, who had the late actor's phone number stored in his cell phone, remains in custody and will appear in court next Friday.
I'm playing Jesus. That's my song.
I know it's your song, but I felt something and I decided to go with it.
But you're playing Judas.
Judas, all right, look, here's the deal. I'm the star of the show, okay? So if I decide to bust out a solo, do me a favor and give me the freedom to rock out. From the top, okay, one sec?
So the play's going well?
I think it's going to be fun. I suppose I wouldn't surround me with a bunch of amateurs.
Isn't that like the point of community theater?
Yeah, whatever, Ruben.
So I'm going on a date with Polly.
All right, where are you taking her?
I don't know, some restaurant in the East Village. Just left the address on my machine.
How could you let Polly pick the restaurant?
Well, I had no choice. She called me like 7 times to confirm and then cancel and then confirm again. Why? What's wrong with letting her pick the place?
You got irritable bowel syndrome, dude? If you chose an ethnic restaurant, you're gonna be running to the bathroom every 5 seconds.
Oh my God, you're right.
Thank you. Yeah, I doubt it'll get this far, but if she turns out to be easier than I thought, there's something you need to know.
I'm not a virgin, Sandy.
No, not technically, but times have changed since you were last single. Now listen, when I'm making out with a girl for the first time, I like to give her a little spanking.
What? Nothing violent. You just tap her real light right on the tushy and say, hey, I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy.
Listen to me. What are you doing?
I'm blotting the grease.
It's the best part. Let me see that. Listen, don't be shy. It's this little tap. It's like saying, I'm your daddy.
I'm not gonna tap her.
Brings him right back to childhood. Trust me. They're putty in your hands after that.
I gotta tell you, I'm really excited about this. Really? I feel like this could be one of those defining moments of my life or something, you know?
Yeah, I actually think it's not going to work out, but I'm pulling for your Rube. Pray to God she doesn't go ethnic.
Place didn't sound ethnic.
What was the name?
This eerie and chilling photo of Philip Seymour Hoffman, taken at the Sundance Film Festival 2 weeks before his sudden death, may be one of the last taken of the Oscar-winning actor. New York police say they found nearly 50 envelopes containing what they believe to be heroin inside Hoffman's Manhattan apartment, labeled with the street name Ace of Spades. Also in his apartment, more than 20 used syringes in a plastic cup, several other bags containing white powder and prescription drugs. Police are trying to piece together the final moments of Hoffman's life, his Saturday beginning here at a local coffee shop.
He seemed in good spirits. He was very happy. He was typical chatting with our staff.
At 1:30 that afternoon, Hoffman's assistant spoke with him over the phone. Investigators say she said nothing seemed out of the ordinary. About a half hour later, investigators say Mimi O'Donnell, the actor's ex-partner and mother of his children, told them she saw Hoffman near his apartment, where he appeared to be, quote, high. Earlier that evening, Hoffman then had dinner at this local restaurant with 2 of his friends.
I heard he had relapsed recently and he was having trouble, so it wasn't a total shock, but it's a sad thing.
At 8 o'clock that night, O'Donnell said she spoke with Hoffman over the phone, telling investigators once again he seemed, quote, high. The next morning, around 9, Hoffman was expected to pick up their 3 children, but never showed. That's when O'Donnell called Hoffman's friend, playwright David Katz, to check on him. At 11 a.m., Katz found Hoffman in the bathroom of his 4th-floor apartment with a needle in his left arm, wearing a T-shirt, shorts, and glasses still on his head. Minutes later, he was pronounced dead. And there was a laundry list of prescription drugs found in his apartment, including blood pressure medication, a muscle relaxer, and medication to treat addiction, attention deficit disorder, and anxiety.
Rather at once our time devour than languish in his slow-chapped power. Let us roll all our strength and all our sweetness up into one ball and tear our pleasures with rough strife through the iron gates of life. Thus, though we cannot make our son stand still, yet we will make him run.
Good. That's good. It's excellent reading.
You have a minute?
Sure. Yeah, come on in.
I thought that no students were allowed in the teacher's lounge.
I won't squeal on you. Yeah, take a seat. What can I do for you?
I want to know why I got a B- on my paper.
You got what you earned.
Nobody else in that class can write, and you know it. I know it. Everyone knows.
Don't worry about everyone else. You're not competing with them.
Yeah, but I am, okay? I am competing with them. When I apply to colleges, you might have heard of this. They look at these things called grades. And if your grades aren't good enough, then...
No, your grade's gonna be fine.
Vince Fiscella writes a story about his grandmother dying, and you give him an A+. Meanwhile, the night of the funeral, you know where Rhodes Scholar Vince is? Getting smashed at a basketball party and slapping girls' asses. I mean, what is that? A charity A+? I mean, everyone is always writing about their grandmothers dying, and you know why? It's not because it's so traumatic, it's because it's a guaranteed A+. And you're all sentimental, like, oh, Vince, that was very powerful, very moving. No, it wasn't. You didn't care. I didn't care. Nobody cared. That's what grandmothers do. They die.
Sometimes guys have a hard time showing their emotions.
So, slapping my ass, that's Vince's way of mourning his dead grandmother?
What did your mother say when you got that?
And I got what?
Yeah.
She said, where did you get the money for that?
Oh, and
what did I say, or where did I get the money?
well, what did you say?
I said he likes me.
Oh. Does he?
No. Why do you care so much?
Just curious.
So, you're not gonna change the grade?
No, I'm not gonna change the grade.
Great. You know what? This was a big waste of my time.
Hold on.